Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, March 5, 2021. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has published a detailed vaccination program schedule as government provides more information on the first phase of COVID-19 vaccination in Jamaica. The schedule is available at the ministry's website. A statement from the ministry explains that while persons 60 years and older and those with comorbidities are generally accepted to be the most vulnerable group for serious effect or death from the virus, frontline medical and health personnel are at the highest risk of exposure. As a result, an estimated 16,000 doctors, nurses, and other health professionals who have expressed an interest in receiving the vaccine will be vaccinated first. This process will begin shortly after arrival of the vaccines in Jamaica. Later in the month, members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force, along with persons in the 60 and older age group, will gain access to vaccines. This will account for the supplies projected to be received in March. In April, as additional stocks arrive, vaccination of the 60 and older age group will continue. At the same time, vaccines will be offered to the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Department of Correctional Services, Jamaica Customs Agency, the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, and workers in educational institutions. Government has also included a category of public sector workers amounting to approximately 5,000 persons who interface directly with the public in the course of service delivery. Government officials, including members of parliament, the judiciary, parish councillors, senior civil servants, and senior technical officers, will gain access to vaccines after the priority groups listed before. The Caribbean Poison Information Network, CARPIN, is appealing for persons to guard against overusing chemicals for cleaning and sanitizing while they abide by COVID-19 protocols. Poison Information Coordinator for CARPIN, Sharika Whitelock Balin Singh, made the appeal during a recent JIS think tank. She says a recent online survey found that the majority of persons were using chemicals more than 7 times per day for cleaning and sanitizing, and in ways that can lead to chemicals being absorbed through the skin and accumulate in the body.
I would tell persons to refrain from spraying their mask. Do not spray your mask for sanitizing. Wash your mask, rinse it, sanitize it, or wash it, rinse it, put it on the line and press it after. Do not spray your bed linens. Do not spray your clothes. Do not spray your towels. And do not lock yourself in a room and spray the room. Do not spray your children. And do not mix chemicals and spray them all over the house.
Mrs. Whitelock Balin Singh says the spraying of bed linen, towels, clothes, rooms, and masks with sanitizers could cause dermatological and respiratory problems. She says safe ways to sterilize bed linen include washing and ironing, as the heat and steam are effective in destroying microorganisms. Similarly, non-disposable cloth masks can be sterilized safely by washing, sunning, and ironing. And persons are urged to use cleaning chemicals as stated on the label and without mixing, as this results in the creation of harmful chemical compounds. The Ministry of National Security will be spending more than $43 billion over 5 years to implement its Citizen Security Plan, CSP. The initiative, which started last October and targets 100 communities, is being funded by the government, the European Union, and the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB. Priority outcomes are crime and violence reduction, safer spaces, and human and community development. These are being coordinated by the recently established Citizen Security Secretariat, CSS. Executive Director of the CSS, Diane McIntosh, says the Citizen Security Plan is a critical aspect of Plan Secure Jamaica, which is a strategic roadmap to counter the impact of crime on communities. She was speaking during a JIS think tank on Tuesday.
It really seeks to address a much more long-term transformation and development of our vulnerable community spaces by using a multi-sectoral approach. Multi-sectoral meaning pulling all the significant agencies that deliver critical services and programs at the community level that would allow for or facilitate transformation.
Currently, the CSS is in dialogue with key ministries and agencies critical to the deliverables of the Citizen Security Plan.
Pulling all these entities and SDC as well, pulling them all together and organizing a standard approach of collecting data, because data management is very critical to the approach of this specified unit. And Once we have got a sign-off or agreement of how we're going to collect socio-demographic data, then we have begun to set up targeted activities with these agencies in terms of their delivery.
The Citizen Security Plan was approved by the government in May last year. Government will be providing $119 million to support the transportation of sugarcane to the Moneymusk Sugar Factory, as well as the Frome and Worthy Park sugar estates in the 2021 crop season. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green says 30,000 tons will be transported to Moneymusk, with an additional 5,000 tons to the other two areas. He made the announcement during a virtual meeting with the Clarendon Cane Farmers Group on Tuesday. Over the past 3 years, government has disbursed over $500 million in subsidy to facilitate the transportation of sugarcane and repair cane roads as part of the continued support to farmers and other stakeholders within the industry. During Tuesday's session, Minister Green disclosed that Cabinet formally gave the approval on Monday for the final year of subsidy payments to be made.
Not only have we approved the subsidy in relation to transportation, but also the attendant things that go with transportation, such as the fact that we definitely need to repair some of those cane roads. So there's an allocation in that for the repair of cane roads, and also things like security and the transportation bays, ensuring that we have the resources needed to really move 35,000 tons of cane.
Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, says investment partner Tavistock Jamaica is ready to go ahead with the $7.5 billion Harmony Cove tourism development in Trelawney. Dr. Clark says resources are being identified to fund government's $25 million equity contribution to the joint venture project.
We believe that we have an avenue through which it can be achieved, but we want it to be done transparently. We are reviewing how the government can meet its particular equity contribution, and to the extent that Tavistock is ready to go, we will find a way for our portion to be met.
The Finance Minister gave the update during Wednesday's Standing Finance Committee meeting of the House of Representatives. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.